Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Let's just get straight into it. Thank you very much. Good evening, everybody. Good evening, good evening. Okay, you can probably, those of you who are usually with me will see there are a few changes and a few little changes that I'm trying to get used to myself, actually. One of them is this, it's after coming off my belt already. So there's a few changes around the place. Hold on, let me see if I can get some more cable here to stop getting wrapped up in myself. Hold on there a sec. I'm sorry. This should have been done earlier. I thought I had enough. Okay. So yes, you can see there's a few changes, and one of the changes is the big flag behind me, which I will talk about a little bit later on, because as my patrons know, I do like to run a little competition from now and again. And St. Patrick's Day is fast approaching. So I thought, perhaps, for my patrons, a flag which like the one that I have in the background here, might be a nice little St. Patrick's Day competition. And of course, to be in the competition, as usual, you've just got to be a patron. That's all. So that's that change. The other change you will see is I'm gone full on Britney Spears with the microphone here, which is why Spooner called me Mike Maguire, because I'm always buying microphones. But because I'm working in such a small space here, I've been tripping over microphone stands and knocking against microphone stands and having to try and get around microphone stands and stuff like that. And when I got the guitar mic a few weeks ago and got rid of that microphone stand, I thought, you know what? If I get one for my head as well, it'll get rid of that microphone stand and give me that little bit much more room. So I'm not trying to look cool. In fact, it doesn't look cool. It looks kind of stupid. I look like a helicopter pilot, really, don't I? But anyway, that's that. Now, also today, lads, Danny Rossiter just mentioned it there. Thanks very much. I was on this afternoon on the Wexford Performers Unite page. We're trying to raise a few bob for Michael MacDonald and the victims there, or not the victims, thankfully there were no victims, but the people affected by the fire last weekend in the Foggy Dew. You all know about it. So we're just trying to raise some money. And so fair play to Julie Dwyer, she organised the thing. We got together and we said we'd do play a bit of music. But because I was on tonight anyway, I kind of forgot to ask the patrons, would you mind if I went public with tonight? But to just try and raise some money, because there's been hundreds of thousands of euros worth of damage done, and so we're just going to try and raise a few bob. So I've pinned a link there into the chat, or you can see below me here, you can see the URL for the GoFundMe page. If you could throw a few bob in, it'd be really, really helpful. Martin Barber, it's good to see your name popping in, man. Biffy forever, exactly, yeah. So look, I'll remind you about what we're doing, and if you could share the old link around tonight. Normally it's a private link for patrons only, but they've very kindly given me permission to have a public link tonight, and because in fairness, the patrons fund me doing my live streams every weekend, so it's very good of them to give that the thumbs up and let the stream go public tonight, so that we could try and help out the people involved with the fire in the Foggy Dew last weekend. As Sullivan's John, to the road you've gone far away from your native home. Gone with the tinker's daughter far along the road to Rome. As Sullivan's John, you won't stick it long, when your belly will soon get so large, when you're roaming the road with a mighty load and the toolbox on your back. I met Katie Coffey with a neat babby behind on her back, strapped on. She'd an old ash plant all in her hand for to drive her donkey on, enquiring at every farmer's house that along the road she passed. Where would she find an old pot to mend, or where could she swap an ass? There's a hairy ass fair in the county Kildare, in the place they call Stansel Hill, where my brother James got a rap of hames, and poor Paddy they tried to kill. They loaded him up in an old ass and cart, while Kate and Mary stood by. Bad luck to the day that I went away for to join in the Tinkers' band. As Solomon's John, then a road you've gone far away from your native home. Gone with the Tinker's daughter, far along the road to Rome. A Solomon's John, she won't stick it long, when your belly will soon get so large. When you're roaming the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. When you're roaming the road with a mighty load and a toolbox on your back. You got me that time, David Goff, you fecker, you. A big black yoke on my face. Yes, okay, let's get all the slagging over about the microphone. All right, I know it's unusual, but I've already explained. I'm not going fancy on you. This is no more expensive than the microphone that I was using. It's just, it's literally just to give me some room in here, because this is a very, very small room that I'm in. Okay. So, and yes, the flag, isn't the flag gorgeous? Obviously, I know it's not an official flag because it has writing on the middle of it, and it's got the proclamation there on the middle of it, but it's a very nice piece, I thought. And I will be giving one of them away to my patrons on my patron-only stream the night before Patrick's Night. So, to enter into that competition, you just need to be a patron. That's the lads who are patrons, who are members of my Patreon page, know how the competitions work. I do a competition about once every 5 or 6 weeks, maybe something like that. And so that'll be the prize the night before Paddy's Night. And to win that, you just need to be a patron. That's it. Now, let's carry on, shall we? So there's a whole lot of things happening. Tomorrow is, of course, Valentine's Day. I hope you're all ready for your serious bit of loving. I need a pigtails and a black skirt. Britney Spears, yeah. Yeah, Donegal, Danny, very shortly for you there, Hatchie, alright? Hatchie, you like this song as well, actually. Well, I am the merry plough boy. I plough the fields all day, till a sudden thought into my mind, I should roam away. For I'm sick and tired of slavery since the day that I was born. So I'm off to join the IRA. I'll be off tomorrow morn. And we're all off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. I leave aside my pick and spade, I leave aside my plough, I leave aside my old grey mare, for no more I will need him now. I leave aside my Mary, she is the girl I do adore, and I wonder if she'll think of me when she hears the cannons roar. And we're all off to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. And when the war is over and dear old Ireland's free, I'll take her to the church to wed, and the rebels a wife she'll be. Some men they fight for silver, Some men fight for gold, but the IRA are fighting for the land that the Saxons stole. And we're all up to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. Well, we're all up to Dublin in the green, where the helmets glisten in the sun, where the bayonets flash and rifles crash to the echo of the Thompson gun. David is asking about the GoFundMe page. There should be a pinned message there in the live chat. If you go to the top of that, just click it. That'll bring you straight to it. If that's not working for you, just if you could, that should work though, because it should. But just type that into any browser anyway, exactly as it is, and that'll bring you directly to it, and you can make a donation if you feel like it. Martin Barber, which patron deal will you go for? Oh, the €12, of course. Absolutely. Whichever one you feel like doing, Martin, if you are going to join us, you'd be most welcome. And it'd be great to be in contact with you again on a regular basis. Myself and Martin were in college together in Bray. And we had some laughs over the couple of years. Need to turn up my headphones very, very slightly. Sorry, folks. This should do it. I remember the night that he came in from the wintry cold and damp, a giant of a man in an oilskin coat and a bundle that told he was a tramp. Well, he stood at the bar and called for a pint, and turned and gazed at the fire. On a night like this, to be safe and dry is my heart's only desire. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, since Donegal Danny's been here, me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. Then in a voice that was hushed and low, said, listen, I'll tell you a tale, how a man of the sea became a man of the roads, never more will set sail. I fished out of Holt and Killybegs, Ardglass and balls and more, but the cruel sea has beaten me, I'll end my days on the shore. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, I'll bid you adieu, since Donegal Danny's been here, me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. One fateful night in the wind and the rain, we set sail from Killybegs town. There were 5 of us from sweet Donegal, and 1 from County Down. We were fishermen who worked the sea, we never counted the cost. But I never thought ere the night was done that my fine friends would all be lost. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, since Donegal Danny's been here, me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. Then the storm it broke, and it drove the boat to the rocks about 10 miles from shore. As we fought the tide, we hoped inside to see our homes once more. Then we struck a rock, and it held the bow, and all of us knew that she'd go down. So we jumped right into the icy sea and prayed to God we wouldn't drown. But the raging sea was a rising still as we struck out for the land. She fought with all her cruelty to claim that golden band. By St. John's Point in the early dawn, I dragged myself on the shore. I cursed the sea for what she'd done and vowed to sail her nevermore. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, since Donegal Danny's been here. Me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. Ever since that night I've been on the road, travelling and trying to forget that awful night I lost my friends. I see their faces yet. And often at night when the sea is high and the rain is tearing at my skin, I hear the cries of the drowning men floating on the wind. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu. Donegal Danny's been here, me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. So here's to those who are dead and gone, the friends that I love dear. And here's to you, and I'll bid you adieu, since Donegal Danny's been here, me boys, Donegal Danny's been here. Lovely hurling, lovely hurling. Plenty of requests coming in there. Thanks very much, lads. So I'm going to turn up this a little bit again. I think I'm going deaf, which is not great, is it? For someone who claims to be a musician to be going deaf. But then again, it worked for Beethoven, so there you go. Yes, plenty of requests there. Let's see, what have we got? Mary Goff, Ellis Island. Yes, Ellis Island, definitely, Mary. Streets in New York for Mackers. Somebody asked for Billy Reid a minute ago. I'm going to play that now. No Time for Love. North and South, all the good stuff, yeah. Thanks very much. Is the sound okay tonight, folks? I had a little bit of a issue this afternoon when I was on Facebook, and I think it was partly my fault. I was blaming Facebook, but I think it was partly my fault. Setting on the new microphone was a little bit astray, I think. So I fixed it, I hope. But let me know if there's anything wrong, won't you? I'll sing you a song of a terrible wrong, when the flags all flew at half-mast, and the man he lay dead, he was riddled with the lead, dying on the streets of Belfast. All the radio said was another shot dead, he died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. Well, it happened the one day as the bound IRA set out to fight for their land, with an old Thompson gun, put the troops on the run, and returned to their homes as the plan. All the radio said was another shot dead, he died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. Returning the gun, Billy met British sons, and when the fight had begun, his position was dire when the gun wouldn't fire, so he died with that old Thompson gun. All the radio said was another shot dead, he died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. Although he lay dead, he was kicked in the head by the hair, they dragged him around, where they still feared him yet, and we'll never forget How brave Billy Reid stood his ground. All the radio said was another shot dead. He died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, or he died to free Ireland. If you think he was right, come and join in the fight. Help us to free Belfast, for the blood that he shed, and though he's dead, in our hearts his memory will last. All the radio said was another shot dead. He died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. All the radio said was another shot dead. He died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. The Ballad of Billy Reid, lovely stuff. Thanks very much. Thanks very much, Martin. It's great to have you on board, and it'll be lovely to be able to stay in contact with you a bit more than what we have been. I'll see you every Saturday night, or you'll see me every Saturday night, and I'll see your name popping in there. And the lads are great. The lads that are involved, the patrons, have built up a community among themselves. They'll tell you that. It's like a community here that we have on a Saturday night. The lads all get together and chat away about things, and about soccer, and about fucking family, and about everything, and about drinking, and generally give up, and then when the give out, and then when the giving out has finished, the slagging starts, and when the slagging gets going, then it's really serious, but it's great fun. So thanks for jumping on board there. I know there's a few requests after coming in there, but we don't mind when Callum wants to jump the queue, don't we? Not because Callum is a young fella, and he'll be getting ready to go to bed, and he's a great friend of mine, and so I'm going to play this song for him. I'm going to let him jump the queue if you don't mind, and he always asks for this one. Sonny lives on a farm in a wide open space. Kick off your shoes, son, stay out of the rain. Lay down your head by the soft river bed. Sonny still can remember the words Mama said. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, he never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, and not all that's wrong. Sonny works on the land, though he's barely a man. Not much to do, but he does what he can. Sits by the window in his room by the stairs. He watches the waves gently wash o'er the pier. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, he never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, and not all that's wrong. And it's 100 miles to town, Sonny's never been there. Goes to the highway, stands there and stares. The mail comes at 4, the mailman is old, and he still dreams his dreams full of silver and gold. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, he never comes home. Nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, and not all that's wrong. Sonny's dreams can't be real, they're just stories he's read. They're just stars in his eyes, they're just dreams in his head. He's hungry inside for the wide world outside, and I know I can't hold him, though I've tried and I've tried. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, he never comes home. The nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, and not all that's wrong. Many years have passed on, Sonny's old and alone. His daddy, the sailor, he never came home. Sometimes he wonders what his life would have been, but from the grave, Mama still haunts Sonny's dream. Sonny, don't go away, I'm here all alone. Your daddy's a sailor, he never comes home. The nights are so long, silence goes on. I'm feeling so tired, not all that's wrong. Sonny, don't go away. There you are, that one's for Callum. Good man Callum, by I think so, and I hope you're in right form. What have we got going on here in the chat? What am I missing? Shane Walsh is on harp. I didn't even think you could get harp anymore. Just fair play to you, Shane. I didn't even know you could get harp anymore, son, unless you've been saving that one up since your confirmation. No. I'm going to go with... this Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears from Mary Goff there. Right. First day of January 1892, they opened Ellis Island and they let the people through. The first to cross that threshold of that Isle of Hope and Tears was Annie Moore from Ireland, who was only 15 years. Isle of Hope, Isle of Tears, Isle of Freedom, Isle of Fear. But it's not the isle you left behind. That Isle of Hunger, Isle of Pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the Isle of Home is always on your mind. In a little bag she carried all her past and history, and her dreams for the future in that land of liberty. And courage is the passport when your old world disappears. There's no future in the past when you're only 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fear. But it's not the Isle you left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the Isle of home is always on your mind. When they closed down Ellis Island in 1943, 17 million people had come there for sanctuary. And in the springtime when I came here, I stepped onto its piers and thought of how it must have been when you're only 15 years. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fear. But it's not the Isle you left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the Isle of home is always on your mind. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, Isle of freedom, Isle of fear. But it's not the Isle you left behind. That Isle of hunger, Isle of pain, Isle you'll never see again. But the Isle of home is always on your mind. There you are, Ellis Island. Isle of hope, Isle of tears, especially for Mary Goff there. And it's a beautiful song, very sad song, but beautiful, beautiful in its own right. Okay, how's things going on here in the chat room? What have I missed? And there's a couple of people, a couple of visitors tonight anyway, because the stream is open public tonight to try and raise a few bob for those affected by that horrible, horrible fire last weekend in the Foggy Dew. Place is gone, gutted basically. The facade is still standing, the front building I think is still standing, but I mean, when you consider how much of it has been lost, all of the whole new building at the back, the bed and breakfast is completely gutted. It's basically start from the scratch and start again, I think is the only way. So anyone who has made a donation, thank you very much. And there's a pinned link there in the live chat. You can see it there. You can see the URL below me. If you just type that into any browser on your phone or laptop or tablet spooner, that will bring you straight to it, and just any couple of euros at all will help. If you're not in a financial situation to make a donation, which is very, very understandable in this day and age, a lot of people are out of work, we understand. If you cannot make a financial donation, please share this stream tonight, or share the GoFundMe page. Get the word out there, because you might just put it in front of somebody who would like to make a donation and doesn't even know that we're having an event. So if you could do that, that'd be great. Now, I think I'll play Somebody Asked for No Time for Love, I think, which is one of my favourites. So I'm going to, while I'm capoed up there in the on the 4th fret, which is where I capo for this one as well, I'm going to go ahead with it, if that's okay with you. I'll get a sup out of this bottle here first. Tommy Manny, I think I saw Tommy Manny there. O'Hara's Session IPA, you might enjoy it. He was slagging me earlier on, the cheeky fucker, saying that I was getting a hipster beer. And that I'm gone all fancy with me microphones. call it the law, we call it apartheid, internment, conscription, partition and silence. It's the law that they made to keep you and me where they think we belong. Well, they hide behind steel and bulletproof glass, machine guns and spies. And they tell us who suffer the tear gas and torture that we're in the wrong. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears up for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Well, they suffered the torture, they rotted in cells, went crazy, wrote letters and died. At the limits of pain they endured, the loneliness got them instead. And the courts kept them justice as justice is given by well-mannered thugs. Sometimes they fought for the will to survive, more times they just wished they were dead. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears up for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye and no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Well, they took away Sacco, Vanzetti, Connolly and Pearce in their time. They came for Patsy O'Hara, Francis Hughes, Bobby Sands and some of their friends. In Boston, Chicago, Saigon, Santiago, the Bogside and Belfast. And the places that never make headlines, the list never ends. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears up for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye and no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Well, the trade union leaders, the writers, the fighters, the rebels and all. And the women who fought with the scabs at the factory gates. The sons and the daughters of unnumbered heroes who paid with their lives. And the people whose class or creed or belief was their only mistake. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears up for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye and no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Well, the boys in the blue are only a few of the everyday cops on the beat. It's the CID and branchmen and spies and informers, they do their jobs well. Behind them the men who tap phones, take pictures and program computers and files. And the man who gives them the order to come and take you to your cell. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears up for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye and no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Oh, yeah, Margot, yeah, I'll certainly do that for you now. Probably straight after this song. Some come all of you people who give to your sisters and brothers the will to fight on. Well, let's say you can get used to war, but that doesn't mean that war isn't done. The fish need a sea to survive, just like their comrades need you. And the dead squad can only get through to them if at first they can get through to you. No time for love if they come in the morning, no time to show tears or for fears in the morning. No time for goodbye, no time to ask why. And the sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. The sound of the siren, the cry of the morning. Yes, indeed, Margot, I'll do play a Bees Wing. I hope you won't mind now, folks, any of us that have requests in. Mairead is one of our younger viewers again. She's one of our younger viewers. So I'll be letting her skip the queue, if that's okay with you, because she'll be getting ready for bed. Although it's the weekend, maybe she'll be let stay up. I don't know, but she is one of the younger viewers, so we'll let her jump the queue and play a Bees Wing for her. I'm just going to have to tune the guitar here as well. I've put new strings on the guitar during the week, and I've been doing a bit of job on breaking them in, but to be honest with you, I think they're just shite. And they are the usual strings that I use, but they're not good, guys. They're not good. They're sounding twangy, and they're sounding tinny, and they're sounding pretty shit, to be honest with you. Pretty crappy, to be honest with you. And it's showing up there that they're in tune, but when you give them an old lash, they don't, to my ears, they're not sounding great. Anyway, that's just me complaining. So Bees Wing for Mairead, little Mairead, she's down there. She's Margot and Derek's little girl down there in Ballyhack. And God, I say you're getting lashed with the wind down there. We have it fairly strong in Wexford town here, so you're surely getting a good slap of it down there. Down in Ballyhack, a great place. I was 19 when I came to town. They call it the summer of love. We're burning babies, burning flags, the hawks against the dove. I took a job at the steaming down in Caldrum Street. I fell in love with a laundry girl who was working next to me. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price on the vine, I'll stay. You wouldn't want me any other way. Brown hair zigzagged around her face with a look of half surprise. Like a fox caught in the headlights, there was animal in her eye. She said, young man, can't you see I'm not the factory kind? If you don't take me out of here, I'll surely lose my mind. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price on the vine, I'll stay. And you wouldn't want me any other way. Well, we bust around the market towns and pick fruit down in Kent. Oh, we could tinker lamps and pots and knives wherever we went. I said that we might settle down and get a few acres though, with a fire burning in the heart and babbies on the road. She said, oh man, you foolish man, that surely sounds like hell. You might be lord of half the world, you'll not own me as well. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, so fine a breath of wind might blow her away. She was a lost child, she was running wild. She said, so long as there's no price on the vine, I'll stay. And you wouldn't want me any other way. We were camping down the Gower one time and the work was pretty good. Well, she wouldn't wait for the harvest, I thought we should. We were drinking more in those days, and tempers reached a pitch. And like a fool I let her go when she got the rambling itch. The last I heard she was sleeping rough back on the Derby beat, with a bottle in her hip pocket and a wolfhound at her feet. They say she even married once a man named Romany Brown, but even a tinker's caravan was too much like settling down. Well, they say her flower has faded now, rough weather and hard booze, but maybe that's just the price you pay for the chains that you refuse. She was a rare thing, fine as a bee's wing, and I miss her more than words could ever say. If I could just taste all of her wildness now, if I could hold her in my arms today, well, I wouldn't want her any other way. I was from Mairead there. She's down in Ballyhack with her mum, Margot, and her dad, Derek, and I thought I saw something there about she was singing along with me. I hope she was. And that's lovely to know that the youngsters are interested in the folk music and not just in the there's Billy McCracken on there. Billy was on earlier on with us on the as part of the Wexford Performers Unite gigathon earlier on today, and his production, not just his performance was fantastic, goes without saying. But lads, his online production was better than something you'd see on RTE or the BBC or something like that. So check out Billy's live streams when you get a chance. Except don't do it on a Saturday night. Stay with me. Sorry, Billy. But yeah, so his production was blew me away. Absolutely incredible. The different camera angles and everything else. Somebody had asked for, I think somebody asked for Billy Reid, actually, didn't they? So we'll go with Billy Reid. Well, I just get a swig here. I'll sing you a song of a terrible run, when the flags all flew at half-mast, and a man he lay dead, he was riddled with the lead. He died on the streets of Belfast. All the radio said was another shot dead. He died with a gun in his hand. They never said why Billy Reid had to die, for he died to free Ireland. Did I play that already? I'll play it again. Did I play it? Did I actually play this already tonight, Mackers? Oh no, did I? Okay, let's just pretend that this didn't happen then, right? Oh no. Alright, here we go then. I've been the wild rover for many a year. I spent all my money on whiskey and beer. Now I'm returning with gold in great store, and I never will play the wild rover no more. And let's know they never, no they never no more will I play the wild rover, no never no more. I'm always telling you, when it comes to live music, it's very easy for mistakes to be made. I went into an alehouse I used to frequent. I told the landlady my money's all spent. I asked her for credit, she answered me nay. Say a custom like yours I can have any day. And let's know they never, no they never no more will I play the wild rover, no never no more. I took from my pocket 10 sovereigns bright, and the landlady's eyes opened wide with delight. She said I have whiskey and wines of the best, and the words that were spoken were only in jest. And it's no, they never, no, they never no more. But I played a wild rover, no, never no more. I go home to my parents, confess what I've done, and I'll ask them to pardon their prodigal son. If they caress me as oft times before, then I never will play the wild rover no more. And it's no, they never, no, they never no more. But I play the wild rover, no, never no more. And it's no, they never, no, they never no more. But I play the wild rover, no, never no more. There you are, the Ballad of Billy Reid, Wild Rover. A new remix version that's going to be coming out on the 24-inch single sometime in October. Right, let's move on swiftly before I make another balls of things. Oh God, I'm after forgetting what was asked for tonight. There's the Greenfields of France being asked for. I suppose I could go ahead with that, couldn't I? Am I on the whiskey? No, I'm not, Eileen, I'm not on the whiskey. No, maybe I should be. Maybe it'd do me no harm if I was. Sail on Jimmy being asked for there as well. I played that for the first time this afternoon. I go with Sail on Jimmy, actually, yeah. That's a lovely, lovely song. Gavin Mooney, who plays on a Tuesday night there, has been asking me to play this song for a good while because he plays it, and it's deadly. I fell in love with this song. I mean, I hadn't heard it for years, and then Gavin played it on his live stream one night, and I just said, "Jeez, I haven't heard that in a good while, boy. That's you know, that's a great song. It's one of those songs." I was talking to my mate Spooner there. You all know my mate Spooner and how myself and Spooner are very close. And I was talking to him during the week, and I said to him, "You know what? It's just about a perfect. It's a perfect song. I think it's a perfect song." Which I don't know if there's any such thing as a perfect song, but it just to listen to it, it seems like a perfect song. To play it, it seems like a perfect song. It's just deadly. So I hope you enjoy it. Laid out the body in that peaceful pagan home. They paid their last respects. All the neighbours came along. In the wee hours of the morning, pagan words from a whiskey still, falling from the bushes, sworn enemies are friends again. Someone spilled porter on the corpse in the middle of a song. Stories kept on coming back from 1941. Sail on, Jimmy. Sail on, Jimmy boy. Sail on, Jimmy. From this Irish pagan ritual. Mad Mary from the crossroads grabbed my arse for all to see. I'll tell your fortune, Scobie, if you'll come on home with me. In the name of God now, Mary, some respect for the dead. You can't be grabbing arses at an Irish pagan ritual. Sail on, Jimmy. Sail on, Jimmy boy. Sail on, Jimmy. From this Irish pagan ritual. Father Tim is telling Tommy how the Israelites came in, and Tommy's eating sandwiches that are piled up next to him. Someone started singing our revenge for Skibbereen. There's a French lad there translating for the next door neighbour's daughter, Jean-Louis and lovely Angelique. Sail on, Jimmy. Sail on, Jimmy boy. Sail on, Jimmy. From this Irish pagan ritual. In the wee hours of the morning, we were howling at the moon when the mystic wind took Jimmy way up to the mystic room. Up, 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 he's gone in peace to save us all. Gone with the mystic blessing from that peaceful pagan ritual. Sail on, Jimmy. Sail on, Jimmy boy. Sail on, Jimmy. From this Irish pagan ritual. Sail on, Jimmy. Sail on, Jimmy boy. Sail on, Jimmy. From this Irish pagan ritual. Here you are, that one especially for me mate Gavin Mooney there, who resurrected that one for me when he started playing it during his gigs, and I said, oh, that's a great song, and Gavin said, you should sing that song, and I said, I don't want to sing that song, you've started singing that song. And he's been at me, he's been saying, come on, have you got Sail on, Jimmy? Every Saturday night in the chat he's asking for Sail on, Jimmy. So thanks, Gavin, thanks very much. I just think it's a superb song. Right, I see people asking for Grace. I'm going to play this one before because I want to remind you why the stream here tonight is being dedicated to that particular GoFundMe page there that you can see across the bottom of the screen. Don't forget, last weekend here in Wexford we had an awful disaster, and the Foggy Dew pub and bed and breakfast burnt to the ground. Thanks be to all in the universe, whether it's God, Jesus, Buddha, Allah, fucking Jehovah, whoever it is that looks after this place, this little rock that we're flying around on. Nobody was caught in the fire, nobody was hurt, but everything was lost, and that's the main thing that we're trying to achieve, is to try and get some sort of little bit of help. And every little bit of help every little euro is going to help. So if you could just give a little bit, or if not, as I said earlier, if you're not in a financial position to donate, please share the GoFundMe page around. Share this stream around. Just let people see what's going on. Share the GoFundMe page around, and because that could put it in front of somebody's eyes who is able to put their hand in their pocket. So when I was taking part in the Gigathon this afternoon, I played this song, and I'm going to play it again because Michael down in the Foggy Dew used to always ask me to play this song when I was down there. As down the glen one Easter morn to a city fair o' there armoured lines of marching men in squadrons pass me by. Of fight it come no battle the rum, it sounded straight tattoo, but the Angelus bell nor the Livy so well rang out in the Foggy Dew. Right proudly high over Dublin town we hung out the flag of war. 'Twas better to die neath an Irish sky than at Suvlar Soudal Bar. And from the plains of Royal Meath strong men came hurrying through, while Britannia's Huns with their long-range guns sailing through the Foggy Dew. 'Cause Britannia bid our wild geese go, that small nations might be free. But their lonely graves are by Subla's waves, neath the fringe of the great North Sea. They died by Pearse's side, or fought with Calverlua. Their names we keep where the Fenians sleep, be the shroud of the Foggy Dew. But the bravest fell, and the requiem bell rang mournfully and clear, for those who died that Easter tide in the springtime of the year. While the world did gaze with deep amaze, those fearless men fought few aboard the fight that the freedom's light might shine through the foggy dew. Back through the glen I rode again, my heart with grief was sore, for I parted with those gallant men that I would see no more. But to and fro in my dreams I'll go, I'll kneel and pray for you, for slavery fled, oh you glorious day, when you fell in the foggy dew. There you are, the Foggy Dew, and hopefully in time things will recover and get us back to normal. What's Graham Donoghue saying to me? Roger, I have 3 miserable friends watching on the freebie tonight. I'm sure if you played the Drying Rebel, you'd get at least 2 of them back next week. Okay. Well, that could happen later on then, Graham. We'll see how that goes. How miserable are they? That's what I want to know. And look, at anybody who has joined us tonight here, because it is a public stream tonight, thank you very, very much for taking the time out. And if you've made a contribution to the GoFundMe, thank you, doubly thank you. And if you haven't been able to make a contribution but you've shared it around, thank you as well, because that is just as important. Obviously we need to try and raise money, but if you're not in a position to raise the money, well, sharing it around is very, very powerful. As we gather in the chapel here in old Kilmainham jail, I think about these last few weeks. Oh, well, they say we failed from our school days. They have told us we must yearn for liberty, but all I want in this dark place is to have you here with me. Oh, grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now I know it's hard for you, my love, to ever understand the love I bear for these brave men, my love for this dear land. But when Padre called me to his side down in the GPO, I had to leave my own sick bed to hear I had to go. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. Now as the dawn is breaking, my heart is breaking too. On this May morn as I walk out, my thoughts will be of you. And I'll write some words upon the wall so everyone will know I love so much that I could see his blood upon the rose. Oh, Grace, just hold me in your arms and let this moment linger. They'll take me out at dawn and I will die. With all my love I place this wedding ring upon your finger. There won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. No, there won't be time to share our love, for we must say goodbye. There you are. Grace there was asked for by a couple of different people, so Grace was performed. I see Mark there asking for Spancel Hill and the Galdi Mountain Boy. We'll throw in Spancel Hill there now, Mark, and see maybe I might get to turn on the heater as well for a few minutes. I might get to the Galdi Mountain Boy a little bit later on. You're very welcome, Sabrina. Thank you very much, and thanks for being here every week, or almost every week. Now, there's Martin Barber coming in with the Curragh of Kildare. Martin, I haven't got that for you. Not tonight. Now, people will confirm with you. If you chat with them in the chat room, people will confirm with you that I do have this sort of invisible list that I put songs on. It could end up on the list for quite some time, but eventually it does get played. So if you stick with me for the next few weeks, the Curragh of Kildare might miraculously appear. Well, will miraculously appear some night, but just not tonight. I do apologise. But that's one for the list. And I should have predicted when you came on board that the Curragh of Kildare would have been asked for. You've been a Kildare man. And no Tommy, no Shawadi Wadi either tonight. Not tonight. Not tonight. The tune beat is a possibility, all right, Fran. Anthony White telling Martin there that my list is a novel at this stage. It's that long. But sure, look, that just means that we've got a long and happy future together of new songs. I mean, tonight we had Sail On Jimmy. So there you go. Last night as I lay dreaming, pleasant days gone by. Mine been bent on rambling, while and I did fly. I stepped on board a vision, and I followed with the will, till next I came to anchor at the cross of Spancel Hill. Been on the 23rd of June, the day before the fair, when Ireland's sons and daughters and friends assembled old, the brave and the bold in their duty to fulfill. At the parish church in Clooney, a mile from Spalsall Hill. Well, to see my neighbours, hear what they might say. The old ones were all dead and gone, the young ones turning grey. I met with a tale of Cowiggy, he's as bold as ever still. Sure, he used to mend me bridges when I lived in Spalsall Hill. Paid a flying visit to my first and only love. She's as fair as any lily and as gentle as a dove. Threw her arms around me, saying, Johnny, I love you still. She was Nell, the farmer's daughter, pride of Spalsall Hill. I dreamt she held and kissed me, just like those days of yore. She said, Johnny, you're only joking, like many's a time before. The cock, he crew in the morning, he crew on loud and shrill. I awoke in California, many miles from Spalsall Hill. There you are, that one's for you, Mark. Mark having it there. Thanks, Mark. See, Neil Roach is in there. Thanks, Neil, for popping in as usual of a Saturday night. And your gig last night was brilliant. I didn't catch it all, but I'll tell you one thing, good stuff. And as well, he was dedicating his night to the GoFundMe page for the Wexford Performers Unite. So try and raise a few bob for. So thanks for that, Neil. And Gavin Mooney. Who else did I see there? I saw. Oh yes, Philip Bradley. Did I see Philip Bradley there? I did. Brothers, how's it going out, son? I'm glad to see your name popping in. I sure am. I hope you're well. It's a strange old time, alright, but sure, look at. We're flying along. We're flying along. I think somebody asked for the streets in New York earlier on there. I'm going to play it anyway. The Britney Spears now, is that a little jibe at my attire? My electronic attire. I was 18 years old when I went down to Dublin. I went a fistful of money and the cargo with the reeds. Take a time, said me father, stop rushing like hell, and remember all's not what it seems to be. For as well as what cut you for the coat on your back, or the watch that you got from your mother. Take care, me young bucko, buy myself from well, when you give me sweet note to me brother. At the time Uncle Benji was a policeman in Brooklyn, father, the youngest looked after the farm. When the phone call from America said, send a lad over, the old fella said, sure I wouldn't do any harm. For I spent my life for working this dirty old ground, for a few pints of porter and the smell of a pound. Maybe there's something you'll learn or you'll see, and you can bring it back home and make it easy on me. So I landed in Kennedy, and a big yellow taxi carried me and me bags through the streets and the rain. Ah, my poor heart was thumping around with excitement, sure I hardly even heard what the driver was saying. We went in the short parkway to the flatlands in Brooklyn, to my uncle's apartment on East 53rd. I was feeling so happy, I was humming a song, and I sang, you're as free as a bird. But the short telling the story, what I found out that day is that Benji been shot down in an uptown parade. And while I was flying my way to New York, poor Benji was lying in a cold city bar. Phoned up the old I told in the news, I could tell he could hardly stand up in his shoes. And he wept as he told me, go ahead with the plan, not to forget to be a proud Irishman. So I went up to Nellie's beside Fordham Road, and I started to learn about lifting the load. But the heaviest thing that I carried that year was the bittersweet thoughts of my hometown so dear. I went home that December 'cause the old fella died, and to borrow the money from a fella on the side. All the bright flowers and brass couldn't hide the poor wasted face of me father. Sold up the old farmyard for what it was worth, and into me bag stuck a handful of earth. And I boarded a train that got me a plane, and I found myself back in the US again. It's been 22 years since I set foot in Dublin. Kids know to use the correct knife and fork, but I'll never forget the green grass and the rivers as I keep law and order on the streets of New York. Sing it with me at home for the crack. Go on. Na 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 na. There you go, the streets in New York there. Someone was looking for it. Might have been Macker's maybe. He asks for that quite often. There's one thing I have noticed about this new thing. I should have adjusted it a little bit before I stuck it on my head. It's a bit tight, because I have a big head, as we all know. And so it's kind of sticking into me. I'll have to sort that out for a later date. Now, yeah, making fun of me with my new microphone. I tell you what, anybody who's making fun of me with my new microphone, I'll just put my hand in behind the chat here and tell me, can you guess how many finger am I holding up? Okay, right off. Now, Gavin Mooney, I played Billy Reid 1.5 times already. Someone had Gallipoli. We're looking for Gallipoli earlier on there. And last week I played Caledonia instead of Gallipoli. We'll go with Gallipoli for the moment. I'll get the Green Fields of France in maybe a bit later on, all right? So I'll go with Gallipoli for the moment. I don't know who was asking for it. I just saw it there, the word Gallipoli. So, and I remembered what happened last week. So here we go, Gallipoli. Remember the day, it stands clear in my mind. We went down to Dunleary, wave you goodbye. Your ma was quietly weeping, there was a tear in my eye. You were sailing to Gallipoli to die. You looked so young as you stood there, with a glint in your eye, and you sang rebel songs as the streamers flew high. Your ma, she turned away, and I heard her sigh. You're sailing to Gallipoli to die. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When you marched head erect, you were proud as could be. But to kill ya, poor man, it's slowly killing me. And you were blown to kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. We only got one letter, we knew right away. It said deepest regrets, your son was bold and he was brave. You were only 19, yet your mammy and I let you sail off to Gallipoli tonight. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When you marched head erect, you were proud as could be. But to kill your poor man, it's slowly killing me. That you were below the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. You fought for the wrong country, you died for the wrong cause, and your ma often said that it was Ireland's great loss. All those fine young men who marched to foreign shores to fight the war, when the greatest war of all was at home. You were all that we had, your mammy and me. When you marched head erect, you were proud as could be. But to kill your poor man, it's slowly killing me. That you were below the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. It kill your poor man, it's slowly killing me. That you were below the kingdom come on the shores of Gallipoli. There you are, Gallipoli, a very sad song, but a great song as well, I think. I think it is anyway. Okay, let's see. What's happening here? Could you please play the contender for Trevor Slattery, Rebel Blue, a new member tonight from Fermoy, County Cork. Good man, Fermoy, County Cork. I will play that. I will play the contender. I'll play it very, very soon. I want to play something a little livelier or something. Somebody I think asked for the reel in the flickering light, didn't they? I think they did anyway. I hope they did, because I'm going to play it now. But I think somebody did ask for that. Right, I'll let me get a swig. But yes, the wind is getting up outside, lads. I hope you don't see me toppling over sideways here as the shed goes over. Right, there we go. As I was walking home one evening, now this takes some believing, I met a group of creatures with the strangest looking features. A poor old dog and a worm and a weed and a fine old pigeon. Yes indeed, my daddy long legs jumped up sprightly and danced to the reel in the flickering light. Around we'll go, he did it all. And the daddy long legs jumped up sprightly and danced to the reel in the flickering light. On his thin and wispy spindles, he was deft and he was nimble. His eyes were scientific, and his dancing was terrific. And the rats and the worms, they made it in. The nettles in the corners took it in. I got says I, tonight's the night. We'll dance to the reel in the flickering light. Around we'll go, he did it all. I got says I, tonight's the night. We'll dance to the reel in the flickering light. Then he looked at me directly, with a gaze that could dissect me. And he asked me in a whisper, hey, have you got any sisters? I God almighty, says I to him, what sort of a man do you think I am? I've only one, she's not your type. She wouldn't dance a reel in the flickering light. Her down will go, he to the toe. I've only one, she's not your type. She wouldn't dance a reel in the flickering light. Well, says he, does she come from another planet? Does she have a bee in her bonnet? Does she do her daily duties? You never know, we might be suited. The rats and the worms began to laugh. Some of them started shuffling off. We're going to have some fun tonight, getting ready for the reel in the flicker of night. Around we'll go, he to the toe. We're going to have some fun tonight, getting ready for the reel in the flicker of night. Well, I could see he had no scruples when I looked into his pupils. They were purple or magenta, like a statue or a lens. I said I'll get her right away. Come on, says he, now don't delay. We're going to have some fun tonight. And he flicked his legs in the flicker of light. Around we'll go, he to the toe. We're going to have some fun tonight. And he flicked his legs in the flicker of light. Then up stepped the red carnation, and they gave her an ovation. She was warm and enchanting as she slowly started dancing. The wise old pigeon peeled his eye, and the nettles and the weeds began to sigh. Her daddy long legs said, my oh my, are we ready for the reel in the flicker of night? Around we'll go, heel to the toe. And the daddy long legs said, my oh my, are we ready for the reel in the flicker of night? She was gentle, she was charming, and I heard him call her darling. He was graceful as a whisper, on his delicate legs of silver. The rats and the worms were still as mice. The poor old pigeon said, that's nice. A shimmering there, the lovely bride, the dance did a reel in the flicker of light. Round we'll go, heel to the toe. A shimmering there, the lovely bride, the dance did a reel in the flicker of light. Round we'll go, heel to the toe. A shimmering there, the lovely bride, the dance did a reel in the flicker of light. Up. Reel in the flickering light here. Well, who's saying stuff about Jackie? Weekend in Amsterdam. Ah, yeah, we'll get all that. We'll get to all that. Tell you what I'm going to play now. I'm going to play a song called "They Never Came Home." Jackie Dempsey asked me for this a long time ago, and I didn't have it for her. But I do have it now, and I've played it a couple of times on the live stream. But it's particularly poignant tonight because, well, it's all about fires tonight, isn't it? I mean, last week we had the fire in the Foggy Dew, and this song is about the fire that happened in the Stardust, the disco. Years back then in 1981, 40 years ago, we called them discos. You know, it wasn't a nightclub, but it was the Stardust disco in Dublin, and the thing went up in flames. Loads of people. 48 youngsters were burned to death, and tomorrow is the 40th anniversary of that event. So yeah, it's a horrible thing. And then to add insult to injury, they had all these inquests and stuff like that, and of course, the ordinary working Joe soap had no hope of really getting to the nub of the thing, and it took years and years and years, and it was not good enough. St. Valentine's Day comes around once a year. All our thoughts turn to love as the day draws near. With sweethearts and darlings, husbands and wives, pledge love and devotion for the rest of their lives. As the day turns to evening, soon night time does fall. Young people preparing for the Valentine's ball. As night rings with laughter, some people still mourn 48 children who never came home. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors of the victims of the fire in our town? The mothers and fathers forever to mourn 48 children who never came home. Down to the Stardust they all made their way. The bouncers stood back as they lined up to pay. Their records are spinning, there's dancing as well. Just how the fire started, sure, no one could tell. In a matter of seconds, confusion did reign. The room was in darkness, fire exits were chained. The firefighters wept, for they could not hide their anger and sorrow for those left inside. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors and the victims of the fire in our tent? The mothers and fathers forever to mourn, 48 children who never came home. All around the city, the bad news was spread. There's a fire in the Stardust, there's 48 dead. Hundreds of children are injured and maimed, and all just because the fire exits were chained. Our leaders were shocked, grim statements were made. They shed tears in the graveyard as the bodies were laid. The victims have waited in vain now for years. It seems like our leaders shed crocodile tears. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors and the victims of the fire in our tent? The mothers and fathers forever to mourn, 48 children who never came home. 500,000 was spent on solicitors' fees, a fortune to the owner and his family. It's hard to believe not one penny came to the working class people who suffered the pain. Days turned to weeks and weeks turned to years. Our laws favour the rich, or so it appears. Not much fucking changes, does it really? A woman still waits for lads to come home. Injustice breeds anger, and that's what's been done. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors and the victims of the fire in our tent? The mothers and fathers forever to mourn, 48 children who never came home. Have we forgotten the suffering and pain, the survivors and the victims of the fire in our tent? The mothers and fathers forever to mourn, 48 children who never came home. "40 years ago this Valentine's, and so sad, so sad. I'm just singing that song there, lads. I don't want to get morbid. I don't want this to turn into a morbid night. What we're doing is positive. We're trying to raise a few bob for the lads from last weekend. But could you just imagine, oh God, could you imagine if that had happened? Could you imagine if the people hadn't got out of the Foggy Dew? Oh, it just doesn't bear thinking about. You know, I just have this picture in my head of people laid out on the street there, you know. So thankfully that wasn't the case. And touch wood, oh God, touch wood everywhere. Because the building can be replaced. Things can be replaced, but people cannot be replaced. I'm not 100% sure, Spooner, if Christy wrote that one himself. I'm not 100% sure on that one now. I'd have to look that up. But he's certainly the man who delivered it. It wouldn't be surprising if he did. There's Jackie confirming that. Jackie would know because she loves that song. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprising anyway because he has a good sense of social injustice, you know. I'm going to stay with another Christy song that I know was asked for a little while ago. Once upon a golden age, singing songs was all the rage. Fran O'Neill asked for this one. Songs for glory, songs for fun, sad songs in a native tongue. Upon me solemn oath, there'll be 40 verses note for note. Here's a song to set you free from all of that old history. We had the tune because sugar in the heart speaks, and how's your mother? And the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? Singing a song, singing a song, singing the same old song. Stall there, sham, you're only spoofing with your huffing and your puffing and you're blowing the roof in. I've got the electric guitar with the pickup and the tremolo bar. I got the tune because sugar, sugar and the heart speaks and how's your mother? And the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? Singing a song, singing a song, singing the same old song. The working, working, working man, are you wide? The paddy talties plan. The boys and girls that twist and shout, have a bit of fun, the dance about, they do it too because sugar, sugar and the heart speaks and how's your mother? And the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? Singing a song, singing a song, singing the same old song. 11:15, off you go, down to the palace, not too slow. Heavens all across the sky, I declare to God, I must reply to the tune because sugar, sugar and the heart speaks and how's your mother? And the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? Singing a song, singing a song, singing the same old song. The tinker, the pavy sham, fair play to the travelling man. His wheel broke, he settled down. He brings beauty to the town because the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? And the tune because shimmy shammy and the heart speaks and how's your mammy? Singing a song, singing a song, singing the same old. Singing a song, singing the song, singing the same old. Singing a song, singing the song, singing the same old song. Jeez, I got a bit tongue-tied at the end of that there. But that's one for Fran there, me mate Fran O'Neill. Now, Gavin Mooney and Christy wrote, sang it live in the telly and it was banned. Never to be played again, yet again. Guess who wanted it banned? Oh yeah, that wouldn't surprise me either. Weekend in Amsterdam. Okay, I'll come back to the weekend in Amsterdam, Mackers. I'm going to just drift away from the Christy Moore songs for a minute before we turn it into a Christy Moore tribute night, which I suppose wouldn't be a bad thing, but I want to just avoid that just tonight anyway. Highland Paddy for Tom Cole from Kilkenny. All right, yeah, we'll go with Highland Paddy. That's a good old song. We'll go with that one, and straight after that, I'm going to play the Greenfields of France because it was asked for there a good bit and a while ago. Highland Paddy. Highland Paddy is a great song. It's a great rebel song. And for those of you who don't know the history, I won't give you a big long history lesson, but this song is actually about lads of Irish descent that came back from Scotland to Ireland during the 1798 rebellion to help fight on the side of the Irish. And because they were fighting on the side of the Irish, but they were second or third generation Scottish, they had the Scottish accent and all that, they called them Highland Paddy. They were from the Highlands of Scotland, but they were fighting on the sides of the paddy, so they call them Highland Paddies. One evening fair, as the sun was shining, to Kilkenny I did ride, I did meet with Captain Brady, a tall commander by his side. You are welcome, Highland Paddy. By my side you'll surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. We'll rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. In the morning we rose early, just before the break of dawn, blackbirds singing in the bushes. Greetings to a smiling morn, gather round me men of Ireland. Gather Fenians, gather round, hand to hand with sword and musket. We'll spill the blood upon this holy ground. You are welcome, Highland Paddy. By my side you'll surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. We'll rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. There's a glen beside the river, Just outside Kilkenny town, there we met this noble captain, and lay dead upon the ground. There's a grave beside the river, a mile outside Kilkenny town, there we laid our noble captain. Birds were silent when the Fenian died. You are welcome, Pilot Paddy. By my side you'll surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. We'll rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. All my life I will remember, I'll remember night and day that once I rode into Kilkenny, and I heard his noble captain say, you are welcome, Pilot Paddy. By my side you'll surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. We'll rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. You are welcome, Pilot Paddy. By my side you'll surely stand, hear the people shout for freedom. We'll rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band, rise in the morning with the Fenian band. Right, I just thought I'd throw that one in there because it was a nice lively one. Now, for those of you who are not normally here with me on a Saturday night, and you're very, very welcome, I'm delighted you're here. You won't know the crack as much as the rest of the lads, right, who are with me here every Saturday night. So I'll just explain a little bit. I'm not ignoring your requests. Sometimes they go up off the screen before I actually get a chance to see them. So that's one thing. Another thing is I see them and then it's gone and it goes out of my head as quick as it's gone off the screen because I have a head. I like to describe it like a colander. It's not even like a sieve. I have a head like a colander. It's got bigger holes than a sieve. So things go out of it really, really quickly. So please don't think I'm being rude. I'm not ignoring you. I just don't get to them as quick as what you might seem. And then sometimes I remember that that I would have missed somebody's request from a previous week, and I remember that, and I throw that in because it's actually a request that's a week old, maybe. So I'm not being rude. I hope you don't think I'm being rude for any of you who are new to the situation here and who think this fucker's not paying any attention to me, because that's not the case. And the lads from the Patreon group will I'm sure will confirm that, much to their frustration at times. I'm sure. Okay. Well, how do you do, young Willie McBride? Do you mind if I sit here down by your graveside and rest for a while, neath the warm summer sun? Been walking all day, now I'm nearly done. I see by your gravestone you were only 19 when you joined the great fallen of 1916. I hope you died well, and I hope you died clean. For young Willie McBride, was it slow and obscene? Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Did you leave your wife or a sweetheart behind. In some faithful heart is your memory enshrined. Although you died back in 1916, in that faithful heart are you forever 19? Or are you a stranger without even a name, enclosed and forever behind a glass frame? In an old photograph, torn and battered and stained, and faded to yellow in a brown leather frame. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Well, the sun, now it shines on the green fields of France. There's a warm summer breeze, it makes the red poppies dance. And look how the sun shines from under the clouds. There's no gas, no barbed wire, there's no guns firing now. But here in this graveyard, it's still no man's land. The countless white crosses stand mute in the sun. For man's blind indifference to his fellow man. For a whole generation who were butchered and damned. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? Young Willie McBride, I can't help wonder why. To those who lie here know why they did die. Did they really believe when they answered the call? Did they really believe that this war would end war? And the sorrow, the suffering, the glory, the pain, the killing and dying was all done in vain. For young Willie McBride, it all happened again, and again, and again, and again, and again. Did they beat the drum slowly? Did they play the fife lowly? Did they sound the dead march as they lowered you down? Did the band play the last post and chorus? Did the pipes play the flowers of the forest? far. The green fields of France there. I see Ken putting up a message there. €1,329 raised so far. Thank you very much, everyone, for making your donations and for sharing the thing around and getting it in front of people. Now, you know, I mean, €1,329 is an awful lot of money if you haven't got it. In the greater scheme of things, it's a drop in the ocean for what's after going on last weekend, but we are very, very grateful. So please, please do let people know about it. The page is going to be open for another couple of weeks, or at least a week or something like that. The GoFundMe, you'll be able to donate to that during the week. So if you could just, when we finish here tonight, it's not over, and if you could just get it out there to people, it'd be great. Willie and Danny, I see my son asking for that there earlier on, and he's asking for it again, and I was kind of going to play it anyway. I just got to it there, so I'm going to play that now, and then I'm going to carry on with another bit of stuff, and we'll give it a shot. Tommy Kehoe asking for I Wish I Was in Wexford Town. We might get to that as well, Tommy. It's starting to get late now, though, isn't it? I'm going to start running out of time when it comes to... Oh no, it's only 5 to 11. That's all right. So this is for Connor and Emma. It's often asked for as well by other members of the group anyway. Tried to sing some songs of glory, sing some songs of peace, but in the end it's the same old story. They're both so hard to reach. Tell me, fuck it. Sorry about that, lads. People tell me they're sick and tired of seeing this place run down, but I say, take your blindfolds off, you hypocrites. Help us to get off the ground. They say it isn't so. Why Willie and Danny had to go. The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives first year after year. 70 shots between their bodies, not one of those bullets missed. For every trigger pulled that morning, a volunteer will enlist. For 5 long hours they left them lying there. The priest was turned away, so another stepped over for those SAS bastards. We'll never forget that day. They say it isn't so. Why Willie and Danny had to go. The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives first year after year. Funerals were to prove their worthiness. Thousands thronged the streets, while those Barstool boys hovered helplessly overhead, their rocking out the salute. They emptied their magazines over each coffin to find the crowd were settled. So another day dawns and the guns will be out again, as Willie and Danny have friends. They say it isn't so. Willie and Danny had to go. The reason's very clear. They're laying down their lives first year after year. They say it isn't so. Willie and Danny had to go. The reason's very clear. lives for us year after year. There you go, Willie and Danny, Ballad of Willie and Danny there for Connor and Emma, and no favouritism being shown, just you know. David, you're heading off early, are you? Thanks very much, David. I'll see you next Saturday. Back to normal, back in behind the Patreon group next Saturday night. And thanks for joining me every week. David is here every week, more or less, unless he really, 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 really can't make it, which is quite rare. So thanks, David. Oh no, I nearly made a boo-boo there. We nearly went with the wrong key that time. And we got another swig sitting there. I'm starting to struggle now, lads. You know the way I am. I'm getting old. Now. Out over the lock and feel your hand across the water. Walk with you along an unapproved road, not looking over my shoulder. I wanna see, I wanna hear, understand your fear, but we're north and south of the river. I've been doing it wrong all of my life. This holy town has turned me over. A young man running from what he didn't understand. Went from the lock, bruise blew colder and colder. There was a badness that had its way, but love wasn't lost, it just got mislaid. We're north and south of the river. We're north and south of the river. Can we stop playing these old tattoos? Darling, I don't have the answer. I wanna meet you where you are. I don't need you to surrender. There's no feeling so alone as when the one you're hurting is your own. We're north and south of the river. We're north and south. Some high ground that's not worth taking, and some connections are not worth making. There's an old church bell no longer ringing, and some old songs are just not worth singing. We're north and south of the river. We're north and south of the river. We're north and south of the river. 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 I'm going to try to get to as many of the requests as I can, but you know, I'm not Superman either. So I'll try my living best. I'll try and get to that, John, and I'll try and get to the other ones that were asked for. I'll just keep motoring on is all I can do. I'm just going to open this other bottle here to wet the whistle a little bit, even though I'm not playing a whistle. But I'll just open this bottle here, and oh yeah, and we'll carry on then. I just can't second and third and fourth every song now, for fuck's sake. Like it's like an election where nobody gets elected because everyone gets the same votes. Right, Peggy Gordon was asked for there. I can't fucking remember what key I do it in. I think it's F. We'll try it in F. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling. Come sit you down upon my knee and tell to me the very reason why I am slighted so by thee. I'm so in love that I can't deny it. My heart lies smothered in my breast, but it's not for you to let the whole world know it. A troubled mind can know no rest. I put my head to a cask of brandy. It was my fancy, I do declare. For when I'm drinking, I'm always thinking and wishing Peggy Gordon was here. I wish I was in some lonesome valley where womankind cannot be found, where the little birds sing upon the branches, and every moment has a different sound. Oh, Peggy Gordon, you are my darling. Come sit you down upon my knee and tell to me the very reason why I am slighted low by thee. Hachi, pass the Dutchie. This generation rule the nation. Remember that song? That was great. Pass the Dutchie upon the left hand side. Right, what's going on here? Caledonia. Fucking hell. Right, I'll play Caledonia now, even though I'm after playing a slow song already. We're gone into slow song territory now, and there's nothing I can do about it because this is the requests that are being asked for. And I know when I go inside, Connor's going to say it to me, you played some load of slow songs tonight. So Connor, what can I do? This is it. I don't know if you can see changes that have come over me. These last few days I've been afraid I might drift away. Been telling old stories, singing songs, makes me think about where I've come from, and that's the reason why I seem so far away today. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, you know it will make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. Well, I have moved and I've kept on moving, proved the points that I needed proven. I've lost the friends that I needed losing, found others on the way. I've kissed the girls and I've left them crying, stolen dreams that there's no denying. I've travelled hard, sometimes with conscience flying, somewhere in the wind. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, you know it would make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. Now I'm sitting here before the fire, the empty room, the forest choir. The flames are cool, won't get any higher. They've withered now, they're gone. But I'm steady thinking, my way is clear. I know what I will do tomorrow. When the hands have shaken and the kisses flow, I will disappear. Let me tell you that I love you, and I think about you all the time. Caledonia, you're calling me, now I'm going home. If I should become a stranger, you know it would make me more than sad. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. Caledonia has been everything I've ever had. Right. I see a couple of fast ones after being asked for there. I'm going to play them and then I'll get back to the slow ones, right? And thank you very much for all the requests. And thanks very much for all the donations as well. I'm not going to bother saying any more about it because you know the score at this stage, and I don't think there's any fresh people joining us at this stage of the night. So, so we'll have to just leave it at that, I think. Bloody Sunday, says Connor. Tell you what, Connor, I'll play that a little bit closer towards the end there. I'm going to play two lively ones and maybe come back with another slow one, and I will play Bloody Sunday before the night is out. Definitely. Ian was asking for Viva la Quinta Brigada, and somebody else asked for something there. Oh, Brendan on the Moor, yeah. So I'm gonna play the two of them. I'm gonna go with Viva la Quinta Brigada first. So thanks very much, as I say, for the support, and thanks everybody. And for those of you who've joined up tonight, it's lovely to have you along. Some of you actually did join up, so thanks for that. I know I was Martin Barber there earlier on said, which one will I join? And I said €12, of course I did. I'm going to say the highest one. But listen, for the price of a pint per month, you can join me here every Saturday night. So those of you who are just here tonight because it's your first night, or you haven't been along in a long time, or for whatever reason, for the price of a pint, literally, you can join us here every Saturday night. And the way I look at it is, and I haven't really explained this very well in my blurb on Patreon, and I should change that. I kind of think of it as it's the price of a pint for a gig. but there's 4 of them, so really you don't have to be here every Saturday night. You can choose one of your Saturday nights per month, and at that stage it's still very affordable, and it really supports me. It enables me to continue to do this, because before the pandemic hit, gigging and doing that was my full-time job, so you know. So the patrons and the members of Patreon are enabling me to keep doing this every Saturday night, and for that I would like to thank them very much. But I would also like to thank you very much for allowing me to put it public tonight, to try and add a few extra bob into the fundraiser tonight. Right, here we go. Yeah, so if you'd like to come back next Saturday night, that'd be great. I'd love to have you. Anyway, we'll keep going for another while. It was 10 years before I saw the light of morning. Comradeship of heroes is laid. From every corner of the world come sailing 15th International Brigade. Well, they came to stand beside the Spanish people, try and stem the rising fascist tide. Franco's allies were the powerful and wealthy. Frank Ryan's men came from the other side. Even the olives were bleeding as the battle for Madrid had thundered on, through the love against the forces of evil, brotherhood against the fascist clan. Viva la Quinta Brigada, la Passerella pledged the maiden fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Well, Bob Hilliard was a Church of Ireland pastor. From Killarney across the Pyrenees he came. From there he came a brave young Christian brother. Side by side they fought and died in Spain. Tommy Woods, age 17, died in Cordoba. With Nafiana he learned to hold his gun. From Dublin to Villa del Rio, where he fought and died beneath the blazing sun. Viva la Quinta Brigada, la Passerella pledged the maiden fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Many Irishmen had heard the call of Franco, joined Hitler and Mussolini too. Propaganda from the pulpit and newspapers helped Don O'Duffy to gather up his crew. And the word came from the church, support the Nazis. The men of Claude had failed again when the bishops blessed the blue shirts in Dunleary and they sailed beneath the swastika to Spain. Viva la Quinta Brigada, la Passerella pledged the maiden fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Well, this song is a tribute to Frank Ryan, Kid Conway and Denny Cody too, Peter Daly, Charlie Regan and Hugh Bonner. Though many died, I can but name a few. Danny Boyle, Blazer Brown and Charlie Donnelly, Dean Tomlinson and Jim Straney from the Falls, Jack Nalty, Tommy Patton and Frank Conroy, Jim Foley, Tony Fox and Dick O'Neill. Viva la Quinta Brigada, la Passerella pledged the maiden fight. Adelante is the cry around the hillside. Let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada, let us remember them tonight. Viva la Quinta Brigada, let us all remember them tonight. Okay, see, the Patriot game is after getting a lot of votes there, so it's going to be played after this one. Okay. Jesus, you're desperate people. What did I say I was going to play now? Brennan on the Moor, wasn't it? Yeah, that's right. It's Brennan on the Moor. Yous are killers. Yous are killers. You're killing me with all these slow ones. One for the road, I will as well, Sabrina. And somebody asked for that as well a little while ago. I'm not going to get to all the requests, lads. It's just not tonight anyway. But you know the score. You know the score by now. We'll roll them over to next week. And that crack, you know. But it's great, and I'm delighted so many people joined me tonight, and a few people from outside the Patreon group have come along, and you know what? I have a suspicion, I have a sneaking suspicion that I have these on the wrong way around. Have I? Oh lads, my eyes are gone as bad as well. I'm going blind and going deaf. Maybe not. What was I saying? I can't remember what I was saying now. But oh yeah, for people who have joined in tonight who wouldn't normally hear, I'm really pleased, and thank you so much. Right, Shane Walsh, I think. If he didn't ask for it, he would have. 'Tis of a brave young highwayman this story we will tell. His name was Willie Brennan, and in Ireland he did well. Was on the Kilbert Mountains he commenced his wild career. Many a noble, wealthy man before him shook with fear. And it's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. One day upon the highway as Willie he went down, he met the Mayor of Cashel a mile outside of town. Now the Mayor he knew his features, and he says, young man, says he, your name is Willie Brennan, you must come along with me. It's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. Now Brennan's wife had gone to town provisions for to buy, and when she saw her Willie she commenced to weep and cry. Said, "Hand to me that tenpenny." As soon as Willie spoke, she handed him a blunderbuss from underneath her coat. It's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. Now with this loaded blunderbuss the truth I will unfold. He made the Mayor to tremble, and he robbed him of his gold. £100 was offered for his apprehension there. So with a horse and saddle to the mountain did repair. There's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. Now Brennan being an outlaw upon the mountain high, with cavalry and infantry to take him they did try. He laughed at them with scorn until a glass was said. By a false-hearted woman he was cruelly betrayed. And it's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. They took Willie to the crossroads, and there they hung him high. But still they say that in the night there's some that see him ride. They see him with his blunderbuss all in the midnight chill, as all along the King's Highway rides Willie Brennan still. And it's Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, Brennan on the Moor, bold, brave and undaunted was young Brennan on the Moor. Here we go, Brennan on the Moor. Shane Walsh's song, yeah, Shane does a great version of that, and yeah, great stuff. What did I saw a nice comment there? Somebody saying it was the new going out. Carol, I think was the name. Carol, and I believe you're new here tonight, so I'm delighted you're with me. Thank you so much, and please forgive the faux pas that have happened tonight, because there's a little bit of new equipment, and also I'm just tired, and it's live, so I do make mistakes. I am by no means perfect, and that's absolutely certain. What am I looking for here? What was the song I said I was going to play? The Patriot Game. That's what it is. The Patriot Game. That's what it is. Yes, the Patriot Game. Okay, so we'll go with that now, and then I'm going to play very shortly after that. I will be playing Sunday, Bloody Sunday. Did somebody else ask for another fast song? Is it sounding? Thanks, Spooner. Thanks for that little bit of feedback, because it's always a bit. And you see, I'm not hearing exactly what you're hearing, because I'm only hearing a direct feed off of my mixing desk, and it actually goes through a little bit of extra processing before it gets to you, and I'm not hearing that little bit of extra processing, so it's always a little bit nerve-wracking, you know. Come all ye young rebels, and this while I sing, for the love of one's country is a terrible thing. Sorry, lads, I'm going to stop that for a second there, because that is just sounding terrible. Those strings are brand new, and they're coming off the guitar tomorrow, I can promise you that. They're absolutely terrible. They're twanging and splanging and making all sorts of fucking noise. All ye young rebels, and this while I sing, for the love of one's country is a terrible thing. It banishes fear with the speed of a flame, and makes us all part of the patriot game. My name is O'Hanlon, I've just turned 16. My home is in Monaghan, 'tis there I was weaned. I learned all my life cruel England to blame, so I am part of the patriot game. It's barely a year since I wandered away with a local battalion of the Bowl IRA. I read of our heroes and wanted to say, lay out my part in the patriot game. They told me how Connolly was shot in a chair, his wounds from the fighting all bleeding and bare, his fine body twisted, all battered and lame. He soon made me part of the patriot game. This Ireland of mine has for long been half free. 6 counties are under John Bull's tyranny, but still Devil Era is greatly to blame for shirking his part in the Patriot game. I don't mind a bit if I shoot down police. They're lackeys for war, never guardians of peace. And yet that deserters I'm never let in. The rebels who sold out the Patriot game. And now as I lie here, my body all whole, I think of those traitors who bargained and sold. I'm sorry my rifle has not done the same for those quislings who sold out the Patriot game. Come all ye young rebels, and this while I sing, for the love of one's country is a terrible thing. It vanishes filled with the speed of a flame. It makes us all part of the Patriot game. There you are, the Patriot game there, lads. Thank you very much. Yeah, it's some song, all right. It's one of the greats, one of the absolute greats. Shit, what key did I play this in? Oh, haven't now, E minor, yeah. This is a relatively new song, even though I released it as a single last week. I rushed the whole thing because I just fell in love with the song so quickly that I said, that's it, I have to have this song out as a single. Now I have to relearn it. Yeah, have it now. Right, so this is for Connor again there. It was Sunday, bloody Sunday, when they shot the people there. The cries of 14 martyrs filled the free Derry air. Is there anyone among you there to blame it on the kids? Not a soldier boy was bleeding when they nailed the coffin lids. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. Well, you claim to be majority, you know that's a lie. There's really a minority on the sweet Emerald Isle. When storming Panzer marches, they've got a lot to learn. Interment is no answer, it's those mothers turn to burn. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the the day. You Anglo pigs and Scotties sent to colonize the North. You wave your fucking Union Jack, you know just what that's worth. How dare you hold the ransom a people proud and free? Keep Ireland for the Irish, put the English back to sea. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. Well, it's always bloody Sunday in the concentration camps. Keep the falls out free forever from those bloody English hands. Repatriate to Britain, all of you who call it home. Leave Ireland to the Irish, not for London, not for Rome. Sunday, bloody Sunday, bloody Sunday's the day. 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 Sunday, bloody Sunday. Written by John Lennon, would you believe? John Lennon. That fellow was a great songwriter. He should have joined a band, shouldn't he? He should have joined an old band. I've played that already. What am I stuck? What am I missing, lads? Before I go, Weekend in Amsterdam. Someone was looking for that. And One for the Road. Yes, and the Weekend in Amsterdam. Okay, right. One for the Road. I'll go with very shortly. And pardon me. We'll go with One for the Road for the moment, and then we'll go with the Weekend in Amsterdam, I think. How we all doing? And I never even thought to ask you, were you having an old drink tonight, or were you leaving it so? Never even thought of it. I've been thinking so much about this charity thing and about trying to raise a few bob for the lads involved with the Foggy Dew and that, you know. Well, Robert Agar looking for the Leaving and Nancy. Okay, the Leaving and Nancy I will fit in as well, Robert, yes, because you asked for it last week and I didn't get to it. I got to it the week before, but I didn't get to it last week for you, Robert, so I will give that a shot there in a minute. Gavin Mooney, we're getting our subscriptions work tonight. Thanks very much, Gavin, you know, and your support over the last heap of months is very much appreciated. And don't forget, Gavin is on Tuesday nights. He does a gig on Facebook Live there. Tuesday evening, usually around 8 o'clock kickoff. And Dahi Kavanagh, of course, will be on tomorrow evening, I presume. I haven't heard any different anyway, so. This is a song I wrote in this very room a few years ago when I had a bit of a hangover. And it was one of those situations where I had gone out not expecting to have a drink at all. And I got drunk by accident. And I was sitting here feeling sorry for myself, and I just thought to myself, isn't it typical of a man, an Irish man, a Wexford man, to get drunk by accident? And then I reckoned, I wonder, is it the same for people all over the world? It probably is. One fine afternoon I went walking with no destination in mind. I thought I'd go down on the quayfront. Sure, you never know who you might find. And I bumped into one of my old pals. He was out taking in the fresh air, and we thought it a lovely idea if we were to go for a beer. So we headed on down to our local. We both headed in through the door, and the pub was nearly empty. It was only 3:45. We ordered up 2 pints of Guinness. Before long they were nearly gone. Says I, sure we'll only just get one more, 'cause I only came in for the one. We'll just go in for the one. We'll just go in for the one. But 5 hours later you're still at the bar. The barman has taken the keys of your car. You drank Guinness and cider and shots of huzzar, and you just went in for the one. Well, there's a saying, I've oft heard it spoken, time flies when you're having fun. And several creamy pints later, our tales were still being spun. But time and tide waits for no man. I decided I'd better head on. My pal said to me, and this surely can't be, for the road I will just have the one. I will just go in for the one. We'll just go in for the one. But 5 hours later you're still at the bar. The barman has taken the keys of your car. You drank Guinness and cider and shots of huzzar, and you just went in for the one. Now the one is a mythical creature. Its existence is up for debate. For whenever you try to engage it, you'll end up drinking beer by the crate. With yourself you must try to be honest. When out to the pub you have gone, it'll end up in inebriation, 'cause you'll never just go for the one. I will just go in for the one. We'll just go in for the one. But 5 hours later you're still at the bar. Barman has taken the keys of your car. You drank Guinness and cider and shots of huzzar, and you just went in for the one. Ah, you just went in for the one. Now, one for the road there. I'm sure we've all been there. When you get drunk by accident, and then you have to try and explain yourself. Oh, Lord Jesus. Right, this one's for Robert. In comes the train, and the whole platform shakes. It stops with a shudder and a screaming of brakes. The parting has come, and my weary soul aches. I'm leaving my Nancy, oh. You stand there so calmly, determinedly gay. We talk of the weather and events of the day, but your eyes, they tell me what your lips wouldn't say. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. So come a little closer, put your head upon my shoulder. Let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. My suitcase is lifted and stowed on the train. 1,000 regrets whirl around in my brain. The ache in my heart is a black sea of pain. I'm leaving my Nancy, oh. But you stand there so calmly, so lovely to see. But the grip of your hand is an unspoken You're not fooling yourself, and you're not fooling me. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. So come a little closer, put your head upon my shoulder. Let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. But our time has run out and the whistle has blown, and here I must leave you standing alone. We had so little time, and now the time's gone. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. And as the train starts gently to roll, and as I lean out for to wave and to call, I see the first tears start to trickle and fall. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. So come a little closer, put your head upon my shoulder. Let me hold you one more time before the whistle blows. So come a little closer, put your head upon my shoulder. Let me hold you one more time. Goodbye, my Nancy, oh. There you go, Nancy, oh. The leaving of Nancy there, especially for Robert Agar. And I tell you one thing, you want to hear Robert singing that song, but just when he wraps his tonsils around that one, the hairs will be standing up on you. I'm telling you, he's a great singer, a lovely, lovely guy, a very positive guy, doing a lot of nice things there. He's putting up videos on Facebook just to give people a little bit of a G up and a little keep the old positivity going, and it's fair play to you, Rob. Or as he would say himself, go on, the Robert boy. So there you go. So thank you so much. That's for Robert there. Now, weekend in Amsterdam, I think we'll go with now, and it's getting very close to finishing time for me, lads. The body is starting to give out to me. I can. Oh, cheers! Look at the time. Sure, it's 11:45. These 2-hour gigs usually stretch out to about 3 hours, don't they? Or 2 3/4 or thereabouts. One of these days, I'm going to shock you all and do a 2-hour gig. What was I going to do? The weekend in Amsterdam, isn't it? Yeah, weekend in Amsterdam. Yeah, these 2-hour gigs that I have advertised. Come on board for a 2-hour gig on a Saturday night. I don't think I've ever done a 2-hour gig, have I? On a Saturday night, except in a pub. When we got our redundancy, oh, pardon me. When we got our redundancy, myself and the lads went on a spree. A brand new passport in me hand as we took off for the Netherlands. Myself and Denny and the wire and Scud at Schiphol, we were all half cut. We opened up the duty free, the red lemonade and the brandy, and we jumped on board the tram. Had a weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Our first stop was the coffee shop. In we went, and we all sparked up. There was hashish from Pakistan, Morocco, Nepal, and the Lebanon shirt. All the boys were rolling joints. They forgot to drink their pints. The water pipe came bubbling round. I took one pull and hit the ground, lads. Wake 'em if you can. Had a weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Sunday we went to the Blarney Stone. Paddy Wynn had the Leinster final on. The Lily Whites, the boys in blue, the Major and the Tatos. Over the mulligans for the night. The bar was lippin', the band was shite. The Burg, the Bono and the Wolfe Tones. Till Denny grabbed the microphone and he gave us Van der Man. The weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Well, Mackers says, well, we're all here. We'll go and have a look at the kinky gear. I said a quiet prayer. I wouldn't meet anyone that knew me, 'cause there was big dildos and blow-up dolls and snap-on tools and hairy balls and vibrators, whips and chains and zips and fanny ticklers. That's Spooner's speciality. God between us and all harm. Had a weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Then we went for a midnight walk. All our eyes were out on stalks. There was gay bars and bordellos and models in the windows with no closure. Denny, he danced all night with a South American transvestite. Everything was going grand till Denny tried to drop the hand. There was pandemonium. Had a weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Oh yeah. The bouncer, she was 5'10". She was Lowland heavyweight champion. She hit Denny an awful box. The boys ran amok and wrecked the shop. We could hear the squad cars getting near. It's time, lads, we were out of here. Then he pulled up his tights and we disappeared into the night all together now, one by one. Had a weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. Queen Beatrix, she rides her bike. Rembrandt is hanging down in the Reich. Ajax, Heineken, Van Gogh, the Gargle and the Ganji. Monday morning we were all half cracked. We jumped into the Kaisergracht, fished us out and hosed us down and put us on a plane to Dublin town, home to Mammy again. Had a weekend that we spent in, the weekend that we spent in, the weekend that we spent in Amsterdam. There you are, boy. There you are. The weekend that we spent in Amsterdam when Denny the plumber put his hand down and he got his hands on a 2-inch pipe. Right, I'm going to finish up, I think, lads. I'm a bit knackered now at this stage, and it's 10 to 12. Thank you very, very much for joining me. Any of you who were, all of my patrons who are here tonight, thank you so much. And thank you so much for allowing me to go public with this stream tonight, because you do fund the Saturday nights, so I don't take it for granted that I can just throw it around the place to everybody. You know, that would be unfair. So thank you so much for allowing me to do that tonight in aid of the Wexford Performers Unite, to try and help out the Foggy Dew and get a few bob for them. Also, the people who did join, who were with me tonight, who are newbies and all, thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed yourselves. I hope you see the crack that we have here, and we do have great crack. And some nights the crack overflows into this side of the camera, and I go into the fits of laughing, and I make balls of everything. But it just is fun, and I hope everybody enjoys it. I see Demo Robinson want me to finish up with Damien Dempsey. Will I do that? Will I? I tried to sing that today. It was so funny today. I was singing that song, and the song that I had sung before it, I sang it in a slightly too high a key. I made a mistake on the key, so it was slightly too high. So I kind of strained my voice a little bit, and then when I was singing "Sing All Our Cares Away," I went to hit the high note at the end of it. My voice cracked. It was a total disaster. So I tell you what, I'll give it a go, and I will finish up with it tonight, and hopefully I won't hit the bum note that I hit today. So look, thanks a million, everybody. Please share around the link there about trying to raise a few bob for the Foggy Dew. And for any of you who want to come on board and be with us here every Saturday night, just if you're not sure what to do, give me a shout, a private message. I'll guide you in the right direction. There's a couple of different tiers you can get involved with. If you want to just have the live stream, that's grand. If you want to have recorded music, that's there for you as well. And there's another tier where there's some behind the scenes stuff. Right, shut up talking and get on with it. Yeah, I usually dedicate this to the frontline staff. Because, you know, I do think music is very powerful, and we can sing our cares away to a certain extent. So as well as the frontline staff this week, I want to dedicate it to Michael MacDonald down there in the Foggy Dew and his family, and all the people who were staying in the Foggy Dew, people who were on, they've come on hard times, you know, and the last thing they needed was to be dealt a shit hand like what they were dealt last week. So Mary loves the grouse, hides the bottles round the house. She watches chat shows and the souls, broken hearted but she calls. Michael's out of work, feels he's sinking in the mud. He's unshaven and a mess, finds it hard some days to dress. Stevie smashed the delve, 'cause he can't express himself. He's consumed by rage, like his father at his age. Rita's little child has a lovely little smile, but this means nothing to her father, because he's never even seen her. We sing all our cares away, and we live to fight another day. Joey's off the gear, he's been clean for half a year. He gets bored out of his mind, but he's trying to toe the line. Maggie's in a chair, 'cause Joy riding put her there. She puts the kettle on the boil, and she's always got a smile. We sing all our cares away, and we live to fight another day. How we sing all our cares away, and we live to fight another day. We grow strong from it all. We grow strong or we fall. We grow strong from it all. We grow strong and we fall. We grow strong from it all. We grow strong and we fall. We grow strong. I hit that note tonight. Thank you very much. I'm not a frontline worker. I'm very much in the background, and I'm definitely in my own bubble. But thank you so much for the nice sentiment. I know where you're coming from, and it really means an awful lot to me. Thank you so much, everybody. Look at us. I'll be in touch during the week as normal. There'll be posts going up on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram, and now TikTok. Whoa, I'm down with the kids. I won't be doing any stupid fucking dances, I can promise you that. So I'll be in touch with you via all the social medias during the week. There might be a new recording happening next week, and any news that I have for you, of course, I will let you know. Don't forget, St. Patrick's Day is fast approaching, and Patreon's prize on the 16th, when we're having our private pre-St. Patrick's Day gig, is going to be one of those flags. So be here for that. I will just give you our on the V now, folks, if you don't mind. Gina Fee na fall a tough wake out again. We nor slew or tinder on it come. They void the sail shall tear or sheet her past the upper we tear on off when trod and up the heads of barn of will the counter will come wash no sail the God Israel will of na shall live conning our own navy. That's it, folks. Thank you so much. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. Enjoy a bit of hanky-panky tomorrow. Anybody that's going to have any hanky-panky, that'll be very nice. And I will see you all very, very soon. I'll be in touch with you as usual. And yeah, just enjoy tomorrow. Enjoy the rest of the week. Take care of yourselves. Take care of each other. And be safe, all right? Take care.